Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm ForClassic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what we do have in here is Journey to the Savage Planet. This game it is developed by Typhoon Studios, which is a new developer team that contains people from Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, and also Warner Bros. So one of the big minds behind this game, it is one of the major developers behind Far Cry 4, and you can see a lot of references, maybe not references, but influences of Far Cry 4 into this game, which might sound a little bit weird, but yeah, this game it is something that doesn't seem that it was accomplished before. It seems that it took ideas from multiple games and wrapping all the things into a different game. But I know that you are not here for the game, you are here to know about its performance, and because of that I'm going to jump into the graphical settings of the game. And this is my recommended settings for playing above 60 frames per second, whatever what. This is 1080p, high settings and textures on Epic. I'm using textures on Epic because this game barely uses more than 2 GB of VRAM. And mostly that's the reason behind it. So looking to the requirements, you can see that this game requires a GTX 660. We are far ahead than this. We have a GTX 1650 Super, which is comparable to a GTX 1060. We have a Ryzen instead of a Hi-Fi 750. And we have 16 gigs of RAM, where the game it is asking for 4 gigs. Looking to the results with the high settings, which is the settings that I do recommend you to play, I got an average of 99 frames per second with a 1% wall of 70, but if you decided to go with maximum settings, you get an average of 81 frames per second and a 1% wall of 55, which you can get in more vegetation areas or in areas like where you have, for example, a flashlight or something like that, and you are outside casting shadows, so that impacts a lot of performance. For 1440p, if you want to stay above the 60 frames per second, I do recommend you to stick with median settings, which still looks good. You can notice a big downgrade of lacking of screen space reflections. Shadows are much less defined. And yeah, and maybe less draw distance into the vegetation, but above all it still looks really good, and you are able to play above 60 frames per second with 1440p with 4K using the median settings, because the low settings it is a huge downgrade. Using 4K at median settings, you can expect a frame rate above 30 frames per second. You can see the game hovering from 30 to 45, and that's about it. So wrapping these things up, this is the results that you can expect about the game. As you can see, like I told you, 4K median settings above 30 frames per second, 1440p median settings above 60, 1080p maximum settings with 60 frames per second with drops, and 1080p high settings with above 60 frames per second, whatever what. This is the performance that you can expect. But what is this game anyway? So I was telling you that this game have a lot of influences from Far Cry 4, but we are not seeing any of it. So this game contains a lot of upgradable stuff, and you have kind of some quests to find items and let's say loot stuff, which resembles a little bit of Far Cry 4, but that it is where it finishes. Because all of the stuff about this game, it is mostly about collecting stuff, and despite you have a weapon and you can upgrade your weapon, this is one of the biggest upgrades, it is on your weapon. The fact is, the combat system of this game, it isn't really anything special, and despite you have boss fights, it's still, yeah, not really that special. But I believe that, and according to reviews, the big thing about this game, it is really the loot, the really exploration. There is a little bit of Metrovania into this game, because there are areas which you can explore at first, and then after upgrading a lot of stuff and after looting a lot of stuff, you are able to unlock stuff that allows you to go to those areas where you couldn't reach before because of, for example, a grappling hook, or the thing that you get a jetpack that allows you to jump more further. So there are a lot of concepts and ideas which makes this game nice, and the exploration in this game it is really good. And despite this game doesn't really hold you that long by the end, you still have a questing system and you have a beginning and a finish, which is pretty good in my opinion. Also, you can play this game in cooperative, but there isn't really any reason for that unless you want to play with a friend of yours, and this allows you to loot and beat boss fights or killing some monsters more faster than playing alone, but apart from that there is no reason for doing it. So this game costs $29.99. I don't think it is a bad price. I think it's a really good price in my opinion. The game, it is average to good in my opinion. Yeah, it's pretty much my idea, but I do recommend you to read some reviews or watch some videos about the game before proceeding to the buy. Despite it is very cheap, unfortunately it is only available at Epic Store, but you can get the game easily from other sites like Greenman Gaming or I don't know, even Grey Market stores. But the thing is, if you need to activate this game at the time of this video, even if you buy through Greenman Gaming or any Grey Market store, you need to activate it on Epic Store, and there is no Steam version available at the moment. So yeah, for many people this is a big no into buying this game. Alright guys, so I think that's all that I want to talk about Journey to the Savage Planet. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Exactly like a normal squid, except for its aerial properties and size and everything about it. Aw, it's got a sniffle.
No.
The other resources required to craft the boost pack, you'll be capable of limited flight. A bit like a chicken, but with more pollution.
No. Meat scraps, fat, and gristle finding its way to your trash? What a waste! Or even worse, the toilet? Disgusting! Put a smile on your face using your meat waste with Meat Buddy, the reconstituted cuddly companion from Slimo. Just take your animal-based waste products, rotten flesh, and laboratory-grown proteins and simply toss in the hopper. Choose the number and type of appendages, and in just 4 short Cly chips, your new best friend will emerge, ready to cuddle. Meat Buddy, the snuggly playmate from Slimo.